Well, I'm going to give you a rundown on some of our major stories for this Wednesday morning. It's April 12th, 2017. A reminder, of course, that there are more stories out there than you could possibly cover in 3 to 5 minutes in a video. And therefore, what I do is a 30-minute audio only, which I send out to all of my subscribers at radiofreespeech.com if you're interested. There was a football team, a soccer team. Their bus got hit by explosions in Borussia Dortmund. They were going up against Monaco, and they were on their way to the stadium when this bomb went off. Nobody was seriously injured. One player had a broken wrist or some such, very minor injury. They kept the fans there at the stadium until they could be safely evacuated. In Seattle, apparently the first safe drug injection sites in the United States are being planned. It's no longer just a matter of giving out clean needles. They're also going to have people there to actually administer heroin safely as the city is undergoing a major opioid crisis. President Putin is claiming that the United States is preparing to carry out more fake chemical strikes in Syria that will be blamed on Assad, as Putin is calling on the United Nations to investigate this so-called sarin attack. Meanwhile, you take a look at what's going on in terms of the United Nations. The Western countries have proposed a UN draft resolution on Syria, and it is not very good for Russia, especially since the Russian government has been supporting Assad from the beginning. In France, hundreds of migrants are without shelter after a fire at the Grand-Synthe camp. Apparently nobody injured in the fire, but it left 1,500 without a place to sleep. The United Nations is seeking to broker new talks on Western Sahara, something that has not happened in over 20 years. If you recall, this is going all the way back to 1975. When that area was vacated by Spain, and one of the separatist areas wanting to get the full independence from Morocco, has a guerrilla campaign for a while, and then the UN brokering. Now they're revisiting it after quite some time, and they are looking at the possibility of having a referendum so that area could achieve full independence. The sea trials of Russia's large amphibious assault ship is going to restart now in June. They're looking at trying to have it ready for the July parade. And Europe, that is the European Union, wants to talk with Russia in a neutral space. Now they're talking about having bilateral talks in Serbia. I feel like we're going back to the Cold War. We're going to meet in Belgrade. Yes, Governor, come. We're going to have a secret meeting. Very, very nice. Sean Spicer, White House spokesman, he made a gaffe yesterday, talked about how Hitler never used chemical weapons. Yeah, immediately the journalists that were there were like, hello, gas chambers? So he apologized for that little gaffe. And lastly, for right now anyway, Homeland Security in the United States has misreported the number of electronic searches. This last year, it wasn't so much 25,000, it was around, 10,000 or so. Big difference. So the number of searches only doubled instead of quintupled. That's what we've got for our national and international headlines. My commentary today focuses on the issue of whether or not you are prepared to get your family through if there's a war on our soil, an actual honest-to-God war. Think about that. Check out the commentary and check out the way to support me at my website, radiofreespeech.com. Remember, the subscribers get the full 30-minute audio version delivered to their inbox at 5 a.m. every morning.